Reddit is cracking down on Parasite search engine optimization. That is what we are talking about on this episode of the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, I am at some crazy auditorium and there is a big TV tower behind me. I am in Vilnius, Lithuania, talking about Parasite search engine optimization, and Reddit is cracking down on it. It used to be you put up a post, you get engagement to that post, it does well. You put your keyword in the title of the post, you put your keyword at the beginning of the post, and a few days later, you edit the post and you put in your links and you direct that traffic, because Reddit is ranking very well on Google now, and you direct that traffic to the sites that you want them to go to. It's not a way to get backlinks. It's not a way to get SEO domain authority, but what it is a way to direct a lot of traffic from search. And I know so many people who are using Reddit for Parasite search engine optimization. And even though it's being cracked down on, it is still a top way now for doing SEO. It is not white hat, certainly not white hat. It is against the terms of service of Reddit and of Google. But you got to talk about this stuff. I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm going to share what people are actually doing and how the landscape is changing. Okay, so Parasite SEO in a nutshell, what it is you are using an advantage that another website has to rank on Google. It's usually a user-generated content site, and it has a very easy time ranking on Google. It has a lot of SEO domain authority, so many existing links going to it already. It's trusted, but right now, because of webmasters polluting their sites with AI-generated text, just last week, some guy hit me up asking if he could be on this podcast, and he was bragging to me about how he was spamming his LinkedIn page with AI-generated text, and it sounded like a really bad strategy. I'm like, okay, do you even listen to the show? Because I say all the time, that's not a good idea. And then he started saying brand equity isn't a real thing. It doesn't matter. I'm actually going to talk about that on another episode because it's very fascinating. Besides the point, what is happening is people like that guy are polluting their sites with tons of AI-generated text. It's very short-term thinking. But also right now, what Google is doing is they are just like, okay, we can't trust individual websites. We can't trust personal websites, but we're much more able to trust Reddit and Quora and Medium, especially Reddit and Quora and other forums where if something is generated by AI and it's not good, it's not going to get upvotes. It's not going to get engagement. If Google doesn't see a post that gets engagement, it's not going to trust it. And so Reddit, people have a lot harder of a time actually gaming Reddit with AI, but they're gaming it in other ways. And here's what they're doing. They have a keyword that they want to target. It used to be they make a page on their website. A lot of people still do that. With bottom of funnel SEO, you should totally do that. With top of funnel SEO, people are using Reddit. They take their keyword, they put it in the title of the post on Reddit. They put it at the beginning of the description on Reddit. They will buy upvotes to the post. Usually the post isn't bad. It will do okay, and that's all they need. They just need a post that does okay. Then a few days later, they edit the post and they put in their links. And now here is what Reddit is doing, and here is how the landscape is changing. This is not the case on all subreddits. If you don't know with Reddit is a forum with different boards. Each board is called a subreddit. It's not the case with all subreddits, but with a lot of big subreddits, it is. So now, if somebody wants to change one of their well-performing posts, let's say they want to change it 3 days later, they want to put in their links, they want to direct that post to their website or to an affiliate link or to their own product, whatever it is. Now, actually, the moderators of that subreddit are going to review the change. And in the meantime, while the post is being approved, none of the text for the post will be visible. Only the comments will be visible, not the text for the post. And so if you are trying to game Reddit this way, popular subreddits especially, where these rules are more stringent, you're going to put an affiliate link or a product link. The moderators are going to see that you might get banned from the subreddit. Now, this is not the case across all popular subreddits. Plenty of popular subreddits still don't have as strict rules as other subreddits. For example, some of the most popular subreddits for doing Parasite SEO, and you can see this all the time, one of them is the entrepreneur subreddit, R Entrepreneur, which is a very fascinating subreddit and a great subreddit, and I love that community, but people are using it a ton for Parasite search engine optimization. And that's one place where this strategy doesn't work anymore. There are other popular subreddits where the strategy still works. You can edit a post, put in your link, it's fine, nobody checks it. But I actually wouldn't be surprised if that changes in the next few months. I actually think If you are somebody who wants to go against the rules and say, F the rules, and you want to go against the rules and do Parasite SEO on Reddit, I think there's probably not that much time left to do it. That is my guess, seeing how things are moving. I don't do it myself. I just know this from lots of other people. But that is how things are moving. And if I did do it myself, I would never admit it publicly because that would be dumb. But again, that is how things are moving. LinkedIn cracking down on Parasite SEO a ton. I make lots of videos about Parasite SEO on LinkedIn and how it's still used for Parasite SEO. But what's happening is when I make these videos, I get lots of people in the comments saying, I had a really well-ranking LinkedIn page. All of my LinkedIn Pulse articles that were ranking for keywords, all of my posts that were ranking for keywords on LinkedIn, they've been taken down off Google. The page is shut down. It's inactive. I've given up on this. Now, you can still see it. If you search LinkedIn for ranking keywords and you look at what LinkedIn Pulse is ranking number 1 for, because LinkedIn Pulse is what's being used for Parasite SEO. And if you look at these things about what LinkedIn Pulse is ranking on Google number 1 for, it is still very crazy. The list of keywords that LinkedIn Pulse is ranking number 1 for. But every day this is changing. Every day this is getting cleaned up. I think the best way to do any black hat strategy is to do it with a long-term mindset. You can take these lessons and do them while actually building a brand. And if you actually do it in a sustainable way, I hate that word sustainable, but I'm using the word sustainable. What does that mean? It means that you are doing it in a way that is in line with a brand. The content isn't terrible. It's not AI generated spam. It's actually good information. It's useful to the searchers and it's written okay. It doesn't read like complete garbage where if a searcher lands on it, they're not going to trust it because it's written so poorly. So it's written well. It's pleasant for searchers. It's directed at their queries. It's branded with your brand. And actually what happens when you do that is even if it's caught, moderators don't know that it's necessarily Parasite because it's actually good. It's the AI generated spam or just the poorly written spam where moderators know that this is Parasite SEO. This is clearly Parasite SEO and this is no good. And no one wants to see that because it's not even good for searchers. When it's written in such a way like this, it's not even great for searchers. There is a huge classroom walking around behind the camera, and not behind me, but behind the camera in front of me. And they're all watching me record this in this field. I came out here in the morning to record this because I wanted to make a video here. And I made a video for TikTok and Instagram Reels here. And then I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm going to do the podcast here. I wanted to talk about this Parasite SEO thing. I didn't expect there to be so many people, but there are a lot of people. And I'm still doing it anyway because it's funny for me and it's fun. And I have a great view behind me, but it's kind of crazy. Parasite SEO being cracked down on. The way to do any black hat strategy is in a sustainable fashion. I'm going to finish this episode with one thing that I heard. So I read this tweet yesterday, or it was a thought, it was a shower thought and a tweet. And it was how what you want to do in investing, the Warren Buffett style, is the complete opposite to entrepreneurship. The person who made the post said, in investing, you want to hold. You want to pick something and then just hold on to it and not do anything. That's what you want to do in investing. With entrepreneurship, you want to move. You want to move. But the thing is, I actually believe it's the same thing. Yes, in investing, you pick something that you like, you invest, and then you hold. Stick with it and you hold. And I think what this person was saying about entrepreneurship is wrong. It's similarly, you pick something and you stick with it. And you hold on to that company that you're working with and you try to improve it. And every day you try to improve it. Every month you try to improve it. Every year, try to make big improvements for it. And if you do that, you will be surprised how these improvements compound. So I think sticking with a brand is the biggest thing. And even if you are doing black hat strategies, you can still do them in such a way where it's hard to get caught. It's not even a super against the rules because at the end of the day, you are giving searchers, you are giving users, you are giving visitors, you are giving viewers what they want. And I'm not recommending black hat anything on this show, even though I do share a lot of the tactics that people are doing a lot because I don't like to gatekeep. I also think people like to hear about this stuff. But even though I'm not recommending the black hat strategies, I am saying if they are done, it's best to do them with some brand in mind. And in general, I think everything should be done with a brand in mind. I just walked by a Lego store with a good friend who I'm in Lithuania with. and he loves Legos, but he doesn't really understand marketing. And I said to him, I see marketing as a lot of people see Legos. You buy a Lego set and you build it. You put the blocks on it, top of each other, and you have a vision for what these blocks will turn into when you build all of this. And I see marketing the same way. I'm building a brand, I'm building an audience, I'm building trust, I'm building resources, I'm building assets, and I have a vision for what all of this is going to turn into. And that's part of the reason why marketing is so exciting for me and why brand building and company building is so exciting for me. This is episode 428 of my daily digital marketing podcast. Thank you so much if you're watching. And if you're listening, thank you so much too. If you are listening, just check it out on YouTube real fast. I have a nice view behind me, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.